Morphite is going to be compared to No Man's Sky. And it's a fair comparison to draw. Both of them are chasing a similar concept of scope, but they go about it in very different ways. At least to begin with, No Man's Sky felt a little aimless. Here was a massive universe, go and do what you want, so long as you wanted to jump around on a planet wondering what you were supposed to do. Morphite goes in the opposite direction. It hints at a huge universe of possibilities, but it's a much tighter, more direct game, and it's all the better for it. After a bit of preamble, the game launches you into space. You're exploring planets, scanning different forms of life, and trying to find out more about the titular element. Everything is presented in a delicious, blocky 3D. For the most part, you're playing a first-person shooter, controlling your character with floating sticks and buttons. And the whole thing works really well. You've got a bunch of different tools at your disposal, a scanner which lets you record the local flora and fauna, and a handy pistol lets you fight back if they get a bit grumpy. You'll also get some grenades and a beacon which lets you summon your drop pod to your current position. When it comes to the space sections, you're just plotting jumps. You'll need to refuel as well, and deal with pirates and other events when they crop up. The levels themselves are neatly put together. There's some jumping, some shooting, and some simple puzzle solving. Get to the end and you'll push the story along, opening up more worlds to explore. You can wander off on your own accord if you want, but there's a push to find out what happens next, and rewards for sticking to the quest path. The game manages to make you feel like you really are part of some huge space opera. You're not the only protagonist bimbling around the cosmos, there's a whole cast of characters here, and finding out more about them is half of the fun. Where some of Crescent Moon's other big games have felt almost empty, Morphite is bustling by comparison. There's always something new to scan, or some huge creature to try and shoot to bits. This is an adventure that gets by with the illusion of scale. But it does it in such a clever way that its linear progression slips by almost without you noticing. You never feel lost, but always like an intrepid explorer out on the fringes of the galaxy, uncovering mysteries as you go. And that, quite frankly, is one of the finest pieces of gaming sleight of hand we've seen in a good long time.